Reporting to you live from Coog Walk, my name is Carly and I'm here to give you the latest news on gestational diabetes. GDM is diabetes mellitus that only occurs during pregnancy. While classification describes the onset of diabetes, its duration is based on the woman's age and vascular complications. There are two different types, A1, which can be improved with the diet, and A2, which can be improved with diet and insulin in an insulin regimen. It occurs in 9.2% of pregnancies, and here to talk about her experience with GDM is Emma's aunt. However, due to COVID regulations, Emma's aunt was unable to be present for the filming of this video. So Emma is here to read her responses to our questions. At what point of your pregnancy did you get diagnosed with GDM?
I was diagnosed with gestational diabetes at 16 weeks when my doctor ordered the test. I had to drink a sugary drink and then test my blood sugar afterwards. It's called the glucose tolerance test.
What were your original symptoms that led you to get tested?
I actually didn't have any symptoms, just a test that was little over the minimum requirement for diagnosis. I actually felt great.
What changes did you make to your lifestyle after your diagnosis?
After being diagnosed, the doctor referred me to a workshop at Sutter Hospital to learn about gestational diabetes and how to adjust my diet all while supporting my baby. I had to test my blood sugar when I woke up in the morning and 30 minutes after each meal. This taught me so much about how my body responds to sugar and carbohydrates. For example, my blood sugar was really high, if it was really high. I had just half a cup of oatmeal for breakfast, but if it was much healthier, then I could have some toast and eggs. Fortunately, I did not have to take any medication and was able to keep it under control with this diet.
How was your adherence to these suggested changes?
I had to record my blood sugar levels and scan them into the clinic each week. Looking back, it was crazy to think that I had to do this, but it was actually good accountability. I was diligent and motivated to stay on track for my baby, and since I know diabetes is related to genetics rather than my health or current health, especially this type. I learned that my blood sugars responded well to 15 grams of carbs in the morning, 35 at lunch, and 30 to 45 at dinner. Eating this way felt a little restrictive, but I made sure to eat more good fats and proteins. I gained a healthy 30 pounds during that pregnancy, and my baby was a healthy size too.
What did you learn about pregnancy and/or your body from experiencing GDM?
I learned that even though I'm active and healthy, my genetics cause me to be sensitive to sugars and carbohydrates. I learned that women who have GD are more likely to develop type 2 diabetes later in life as well. I also learned the dramatic effect that exercise had on my blood sugar levels. I remember taking a walk after having a dessert to keep my blood sugars in a healthy range, as opposed to not walking after high sugar intake and having a spike in my blood sugar.
Well, thank you so much for allowing me to interview you, and this concludes our update on gestational diabetes.